Okay, it's Saturday morning, October 12th, 2024, about 10:15 a.m. Even though right now I'm kind of half laying down, half sitting in position, I did get up earlier, and then I made tea. Saturday morning, usually I make Indian tea with loose leaf tea, cream, sugar, and ginger and cardamom. It tastes very good. Normally, I drink coffee every day, but this is a once a week thing that I enjoy, and I eat it with biscuit. In India, we call them biscuit. I think in UK they may call them biscuit, but here in the US, you would call more like a cracker or cookie type of thing. Yeah, it kind of, this is a long time habit. It kind of, I don't know, creates a little break from the weekday to weekend, and I enjoy that. I talk about progress. So yeah, I'm continuing to make progress. A friend and I, yesterday, we were talking about a lot of self-help related things and prayers and all that, so that was great. And this weekend I have a lot of different things to do, so I'll be doing that. But I wanted to make sure that for consistency I make the video. So today's probably is not going to be as long, but I wanted to make the video, and I will do the mantra probably off camera. And one of the mantra actually I learned. So my friend is reading this book called Napoleon Hill's book, The Law of Success. And I looked up the book summary this morning, and in that, one thing that really stuck out in my mind was it's called self-control. Now, self-control is nothing other than, controlling our subconscious, because in our conscious mind, we know what we're thinking and things like that. But conscious mind is only like 5%. Subconscious is 95%. Subconscious is who we are, basically, all our habits and everything. Subconscious is who we are. So if we want to change our outlook, personality, whatnot, and we want to improve the way we do things, we got to change our subconscious. So anyway, and that is self-control. So it's basically the words that resonate with you, where thinking, speaking, and actions, when all of these three are in an alignment, that's when we do our best. And so self-control is also in alignment with that, right? Because if you think of it, it can be that we are always thinking positive, and our action will turn to positive, our words will turn to positive, because one thing influences another, right? And also the same thing would be like if one thing is negative, the others will get influenced. So it's important, even though there are different things, and that's why when our mind might be spiraling down, but then we take some positive action, we're kind to others, going to the gym and walking outside and things like that, then we start to think positively too, and our words change to positive words as well. So yeah, the self-control, I'll add that to my list. And if you have seen my videos, that I learned it from one of the Jason Stevenson's video on YouTube, to kind of attach the words to body parts, and that which helps you to remember, and I think they're more effective that way. I remember yesterday when I was doing the mantra or affirmation, whichever way you would call it, I remember that I was thinking about my neck here and the shoulder area. I'm like, I gotta attach something there, and that the self-control will be I know it sounds weird, but when you start doing it, if you ever do it, you'll see there's a huge difference to that, because I think it becomes more powerful that way. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. But I think everybody's different. You just gotta find out what works for you. They're the words and thinking and action. What helps you to get to your goal, right? Transformation. For me, the big thing was since late last year, when I started to learn and grow emotionally a lot. Because a lot of things is outside of our control in our life, but what is in our control is if we want to transform ourselves. And I am glad that I continued that for myself, because looking back where I started the journey and where I am right now, I am proud of myself. I'm proud of myself, how far I have come. There is, of course, room for improvement always, even 5 years down the line, even if I continue, even not if I will continue in this path, like what all I can learn. But the progress that I made in this past year, I'm better for this journey that I went through, and I learned so much, and I feel more contentment, more happy than where I was a year ago. So, and I learned to forgive more. I look for more positive in every situation, which is some of my mantra I've been repeating for a while. And that does really help us to look at things differently. Every problem in life has a positive seed in it. There are, you just got to look for what positive is there. Is it trying to teach us something, or sometime, there is. You just have to find what it is. There's always something positive that you can find. All problems can be turned into an opportunity when you look for it. So yesterday when I was talking to my friends, I brought up this example in Tony Robbins. In one of the videos, I think he talks about in the room when he was training. He has this huge rooms. I haven't attended any in-person training from Tony Robbins, like the big things he does, but someday I will. So it's all from YouTube and everything, where one time he said in the room to the people that, okay, look for I think everything that is brown color in the room, and just notice what all you can see, and then close your eyes for a little bit. And then he tells them, okay, now open your eyes and spot everything that is red. People are like, what? They're all confused, right? So if you think of it, you can practice that in your room right now. So you look whatever is brown color in the room, and then you close your eyes for a little bit. Now you know where the browns are, and in your mind you're expecting that when you open your eyes you'll be able to spot the brown easily. But now all of a sudden, if I say no, spot what is red, it'll be like, what, right? So the point it comes down to is, in a given time, we see only what we are focused on, right? In a given time, we see only what we are focused on. The things that we are not focusing on, even if it is right in front of our eyes, we won't be able to see it. So it's important to focus on the things that we want in life rather than the things we don't want. So there's many sayings around that our energy flows where our attention goes. Attention is nothing other than focus. So, in life, life, your past is your rear view mirror. And I talked about it a few days ago. Past is your rear view mirror, whatever that past is, right? There are a lot of good things, but there are a lot of challenging things that where we learned many lessons from. So just like rear view mirror, when you're driving, you do check on it here and there, but you don't constantly keep looking at it, because then you're going to crash your car because you have to normally keep looking through the windshield and see where you're going, right? Because otherwise you will miss those amazing things on your drive. You may have a real nice scenic view. You may have a nice sunrise or sunset or mountains or river or whatnot. You're gonna miss all of those if you're focusing so much on the rear view mirror. So that's a metaphor that I kind of came up with when my friend and I were talking, and it did resonate with both of us. And she was also like, "Yeah, that's a really, really good point." Um, so yeah, that's like you got to keep a very positive outlook on what's to come in life, and you know, people are afraid of unknowns. Instead of being afraid, we can also be excited for the unknowns, because there could be challenging things, at the same time there could be exciting things, right? That's how life is all about. So I go to Toastmasters for a long time now. And I remember many, many years ago, public speaking was something that I did not enjoy, and I used to get scared. And I think a lot of people does. In Toastmasters, there's a funny thing we talk about, and you can Google it too. It's that I think public speaking can be the most fearful thing for people in a list of things what is most fearful, and in that list, fear of death is number 2. Number 1 is public speaking. So, which is very weird and funny, but it is true for many people's case. But the interesting thing is that they say that instead of fear, you change that to excitement. And now for me, for doing it so many times, I look for the excitement that it brings, because especially after you give a good speech and hear people's feedback, the amazing feeling that I have, that generally it's very hard to get from other things, because I love that really good speech, the TED Talks, when people have amazing um good speeches, and they tell a story with good body language, storytelling. I absolutely love that. So it all came from turning the fear into excitement, and that also happened from some of the very, very experienced people at Toastmasters. They have been there for like 30 years at Toastmasters, so a couple of them were they're like my mentors, and I learned a lot from them. I still learn from them, and it's all about switching it to excitement, right? So similarly, and that is also like fear of unknown. That's what it is, because people get afraid about public speaking, is because everybody's thinking that fear, that, oh no, what if I forget in between, or what if people don't like it or something, right? But the excitement is your the good feeling and excitement is always on the other side of fear. I think who was that? Jack Canfield from that. He's in that Secret movie. I think Jack Canfield talks about it. He puts it in a much nicer way than I'm gonna say. It's um, the excitement is always on the other side of fear. So if you think of, if you're a person who likes to do skydiving, which I will never do, I am not that courageous. Skydiving, it's very scary to jump off an airplane to do skydive. But some of my friends, as I heard from them, that after it is done, the exhilaration and the amazing feeling that they have after that it's impossible to feel it in any other way. So you have to face that fear to get to that zone. And it's the, just change that fear of unknown to that excitement. Similar things in life, other experiences are similar. You just have to think that, fear is inherent. So fear will be there in our mind because there are two main emotions. One is happiness, contentment, peace. All of that come in one area, but the main thing is the happiness from that point, one emotion, and the other is fear. So from fear, you could have the sadness, anger, bitterness, all comes from fear. So it's like the happiness and the fear, happiness and the fear. So the fear controls everything. So you just have to from fear, you have to see like what can you transfer to something positive. And it don't always happen because we are human being, and sometimes fear is good because if there is an animal coming after you, a tiger, which these days it doesn't happen, you want to run away and save yourself. But also there are other things that so the fear can be constructive, but fear is not constructive when it is hypothetical and we are creating or increasing it for ourselves. So you have to um, be realistic. From realistic point of view, is it a real fear or is it imaginary? And change it to live a better life, because fear can make your life very painful. Um, so anyway, you can change the fear to excitement. That's why I talked about the Toastmaster story, because all fears in some way, shape, or form, the fear of unknown, you can always try to switch it to something excitement or some positive story around it, to even if it doesn't completely go away, you can lessen it, right? You can lessen the intensity of the fear, and that will help you to live a little bit happier life. At least that's what I did too, because there's a lot of things we don't know about our future, right? Something we might know, okay, what could happen a month, 2 months down the line, but I don't know how life could be a year later or 5 years later, and we none of us know. Like I joke about, we don't know our expiry dates. We all come to this world with an expiry date. We just don't know where it is or when it is. But the life that we live, we can focus on the good. We can focus on today, like how can I make the most out of today. And that's how life can be beautiful. We can make it beautiful by doing the things that we enjoy, being kind and compassionate, and not seeking for perfection, because if you're going for perfection, your life will become more challenging. So do what you can do, and then there is always room for improvement for all of us, and we just keep doing the best we can. Okay, so with that, I'm going to finish the video, and I hope if you're watching this video, you have a wonderful rest of the day, Saturday, and have a great weekend.